It's a beautiful morning. I think I'll go outside for a while.
Good morning, Bucknutters. It's Thursday, May 25th, 2017. I am Dan Rubin. This is the Morning 5 and Change. I'm not going to talk about weather today because we have the lovely and talented Steve Wiltfong on, Director of Recruiting for 24/7 Sports, and this has been an enormous week for Steve. You'll see his dedication to the show. On Monday, Steve's wife gave birth to their second son. The beautiful and talented Nolan Jacob Wiltfong was welcomed into the earth at 7 pounds. We offer extreme congratulations, and know this, Bucknutters. Steve Wiltfong is calling you from the hospital, still willing to give to Bucknuts. Steve, congratulations, brother.
Appreciate it. Good morning, guys. We get to go home today and hopefully get back on that smoothie routine tomorrow.
Smoothies are very important. I assume Mom is happy and healthy.
She is, but I think I'm going to have to make the smoothies for a little bit. Yep, everything's going well. We're excited here. Excited to get back.
You're already breaking down. You're breaking down film with Nolan already?
No, he's not interested in much right now. He's doing pretty much, eating and then digesting it, and that's a good thing.
Well, we couldn't be happier for Steve. Steve now has 2 boys. And as I told them, he named his boys Dylan and Nolan. And with a last name like Wiltfong, you have to give your kids athletic first names if you want them to have any shot. So it passes the New York Yankees third base test. Nolan Wiltfong, Dylan Wiltfong definitely could be pro athletes. So we're sure Mark Pantoni is already following the 2 of them on Twitter. But we digress. One of your compadres from the network, Barton Simmons, the recruiting guru extraordinaire, has said this will end Alabama's stranglehold. I believe it's 7 or 8 year stranglehold on the number 1 ranking, and he picks the Buckeyes as the team to do it. What's your vibe on that? Do you agree?
Well, you have to. Ohio State, I don't think they're going to take a large class, so you have to continue to hit big, and I agree with Barton's point. When you look at who's still on the board, it has a chance to be a really, really special finish. Micah Parsons, the nation's number 1 weak side defensive end, number 3 player overall for the 24/7 Sports Composites in play. There's still people around the Woody that think that Ohio State has a chance to land Zamir White. We've talked about that on like 2 or 3 shows in a row now, and I think I've even posted it on the front row. There are some that are skeptical. There are some that think they're going to get him. I still think Mom wants him to go to Georgia, and he's announcing on Mom's birthday. So that, if that wasn't happening, I would probably feel better about Ohio State. Doesn't mean I'm right, but they're still very much in play for him. Jackson Carman, the nation's number 1 offensive tackle, number 8 player overall, is an Ohio State lean, in my opinion, although obviously he has maintained Clemson as his leader. And I'm not sleeping on Clemson there. We've talked about that before as well. Clemson is a school similar to Ohio State that can go into another state and take and win a big recruiting battle against St. U. Nolan Wiltfong has arrived, y'all. And then Anthony Cook, the nation's number 2 corner, number 1 corner by 24/7 Sports with 2 in the composite, number 11 overall. I think Ohio State's in the driver's seat there for Anthony Cook. So you hit on those big names. Cam Babb, number 41 player overall. We have him number 7, or we have him as the number 1 receiver in the country at 24/7 Sports. Jeremy Ruckert, our number 1 tight end, could end up a Buckeye. I'm just going down the list of what people already know, but it's just mind-blowing to say it out loud in continuation.
Yeah, and Alabama this year has not, I don't know whether it's just, I actually have to read up on it, but they just they're not recruiting the same way. They must have a small class or something. They're like not even in the top 30 right now.
Well, with Alabama, I think for the first time in a long time, it's just coming together slower. But let's be honest, they're a school that only needs 1 visit with the top target to change the whole dynamic of that recruitment. So I think that, I'd be shocked if they weren't in the top 5 come National Signing Day. They have just 2 commits right now, and one in the top 100. So, but a lot of the guys that they're recruiting and a lot of guys that are going to get on campus are guys that are going to be touted, and so that I don't think anyone's feeling bad for Alabama when I look at some of their top targets. I think that they're going to be in good shape with a lot of these blue chip names as well, and I think, Ohio State's doing such a great job this year of landing these touted guys that I actually think are great players. I think when you compare the 2018 class to previous classes, I don't think there's as many elite names, and Ohio State's doing a good job of corralling many of the guys that I do think's elite, or guys that if they haven't corralled them, they're in the driver's seat or in that top 2 or 3.
Obviously, Nolan's dad has business to take care of here, so we're going to go rapid fire. The couple questions ended off. Bill Kurelic has put in a crystal ball pick for Blue Smith. Now,
yeah, I saw
if anyone
that
knows anything about, if anyone has seen Bill put in a crystal ball pick. Now, I've got to go back and look at this. I will bet you that Bill has never written an article like this, and the guy hasn't committed. So there's that. I'm not saying that means he's going to commit. What was your vibe when you read that? Because for a long time I said I thought Blue would be in the class. I may have inside info on that, given I'm a Gem City guy. And there was people who really thought he'd be at Kentucky. After the meeting in Columbus, it does seem like the tide has turned.
Well, I've done zero digging on it, so right now I can just say
But you've been busy?
read Bill's article. I read Bill's article.
You got kind of selfish.
And I look forward to digging on that next Tuesday and seeing if my information coincides with what Bill's reporting. But obviously Bill's a guy that I have looked up to in my career and respected, and so I know that Bill didn't just do that all willy-nilly
No.
But
Billy ain't no willy-nilly.
I have my crystal ball on Kentucky, and a lot of it had to do with him being a priority for one and not knowing where he stood with Ohio State. So, if that dynamic has changed, I could certainly see Blue landing at Ohio State. Obviously, they don't miss on many in-state guys that they want. And if Ohio State is, if they're pushing to land Blue Smith, I would agree with Bill that they're going to land Blue Smith. But I think at this point, my crystal ball was in because I thought Kentucky, was really pushing for him, and I wasn't sure where he stood with Ohio State.
Last one. Taraja Mitchell, it just seems like it's pretty much a done deal to Florida State right now. If I'm reading the tea leaves, do you agree with that?
I don't know if it's a done deal, but, my sources around it have said Florida State and asking, around Ohio State, one strong source that felt good doesn't feel good anymore, So I'm riding with Florida State right now, and I would say that's where the smart money is. Don't have much to say beyond that, I guess.
We will let Steve go. Once again, we could not be happier for Mrs. Kelly Wiltfong, Steve Wiltfong, older brother Dylan Wiltfong, and future quarterback of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Nolan Wiltfong. Steve, congratulations, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Bucknuts. We'll talk to you. I was just saying we're very fortunate. Hopefully maybe the future middle infield at Zionsville High will be held down by a couple of Wiltfongs in a couple of years.
It'll be a tremendous double play combination. Have a great one, Steve.
Yeah.
Please tell Kelly we're thrilled.
Take care, guys. We'll see you.
All right, Bucknutters. You can't get psyched about the day after you hear that. I don't know what's grabbing. Have a good one.